Listen, parents, when you're heading into any therapist's office, it's important to remember two things. One, be open-minded. Submit yourself to the process, knowing that you and the therapist are working together for the greater good of your child. And two, be honest. People often omit significant information that is helpful in the therapist's choice and application of therapeutic strategies that will help your child make progress.
Action.
Okay, Daddy. A classic example of a physical disability is somebody who is in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Carrie, what's the best thing you can say to anyone who is just starting off on this journey from your perspective with all of your experience?
Okay, that's a very good question. One of the things I always start off with is having parents come with an open mind. Sometimes parents think they're coming with an open mind, but I realize as they begin to talk, and even they themselves may realize, they're not as open-minded as they think they were in terms of what they're going to be expecting. A perfect example is sometimes parents think that as soon as they walk into the office, the intervention in terms of exercises will begin immediately. They don't want to go into the preamble of the history or birth of the child, especially if they've given that to the referring professional. They're often thinking, well, why am I going through this again? And it's difficult, especially if the circumstances surrounding that child is a traumatic experience. For them to have to, they've already gone through it themselves, then they've had to talk about it with the pediatrician. Then they've had to talk about it again with the neurologist, and now you come to me and I'm asking you to tell the story again. So that can be very disturbing and distressing, if not depressing, for that parent. So I say come with an open mind. The other thing that's really beneficial to both the parent and the therapist is honesty. Sometimes parents withhold information that's very significant to me. There are various reasons. Sometimes they just don't want to rehash that issue. Sometimes it's because they don't want to talk about it. Sometimes they think if I don't know about it, it's best. Or they think they will release that information a lot later on, but they kind of want to feel out the therapist first to see if she will be able to distinguish certain things. But we often waste a lot of time when we do that. So it's best for me if when you come, you lay all the cards on the table and you say, this is the situation. And that really helps me as well to work along with you. What also helps me is if you're realistic in terms of telling me what your expectations are. It's not useful for me or for you if ideally I want you to come to me 2 days per week, but from a financial or a professional objective or status, you just can't make that, you know? I'm quite okay if you say to me, and I'm sure most therapists will agree that if you say, listen, I really would love to come to you 2 days per week, 3 days per week, 5 days per week, but the reality is that my financial situation or my job will only give me time off every other week, or I'm going to have to come in my lunchtime. What can you do for me? As a therapist, I can always work around your schedule because that's my job. I'm not doing what is best for me. I'm doing what is best for you and for your child. And most situations we can work around. As it pertains to withholding information, some parents don't do it intentionally. It's just that it's not important for them. It's not significant for them. And so also because they're not therapists, they would not know what information is really needed. So unless I ask specific questions, I may not necessarily get that response. So to answer that question, I would say the most important thing, come with an open mind. And the second thing is be honest as much as possible in the first session.
My friend Deborah Bartholomew recently said that she thinks there should be psychiatric studies about the impact of parenting a child with a disability. She's right, and it is something we will be discussing in the near future on the ABCs of Disabilities. In the meantime, I want you to know that one day you'll wake up and inside of your very being, you're going to know, thank you, Isaiah, you're going to know that this situation is happening for you and not to you. In the meantime, stay strong. Don't forget to like and share our Facebook pages, Cause and Effect, a very special disabilities forum, and like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Cause and Effect. See you soon.